good evening or good afternoon. Okay, so and nyo na rin po, share it with your friends. Okay, tag them. Okay, so we can reach more CPA aspirants. Okay, so very important po na makatulong tayo, especially uh, we are coming to the point na siguro endemic na. Okay, siguro marami na yung babalik to the face to face kasi nasa alert level 1 na po. So that's a good thing. Okay, so na-miss ko lang po talagang vlog or bumalik sa FB live session. So siguro po I'll be here. Okay, so question number 1. So ganito po ako nag-aaral and ina-apply ko din to. So for the students, try nyo po din. Okay? Usually, dapat mag-answer muna ng questionnaire and then saka natin pupuntahan yung answer key. Okay? Usually, yung answer key nasa tabi ko lang din. Ito yung answer key ko actually. So, meron akong answer key dito. Open ko din siya para makita ko, no? Para later, pag nag-answer ako, madali ko lang siyang i-open kung tama. So, ayan na yung answer key. Pero, punta muna tayo dito sa multiple choice questions natin. Okay? Pagka hindi ko lang sure, saka natin babalikan. Okay, question number 1. Okay, so this is a complete, comprehensive, and single document promulgated by IASB or the International Accounting Standards Board, establishing the concepts that underlie financial reporting. Okay, so I think I'll do some highlights here. Okay, so we already know International Accounting Standards Board. So it's a concept from the word itself or from the topic today. I told you already na ang topic natin is conceptual framework. So, ang answer natin dyan is letter C. So, conceptual framework for financial reporting. Okay, so kung ikaw ay merong undergraduate, of course, no, ang pinag-aaralan natin dyan is yung financial accounting and reporting. So, conceptual framework for financial reporting. So, ang answer natin dyan, letter C. Okay? Question number 2. What is the authoritative status of conceptual framework? Okay, so related sa conceptual framework. So, ito ba ang highest level of authority? Of course not. In the absence of a standard or an interpretation that specifically applies to transaction, conceptual framework shall be followed. Ganun ba yon? Letter C, conceptual framework applies only when the Financial Reporting Standards Council develops new or revised standards. Ganun din ba yon? Pagka meron nyo lang or revised standards. In the absence of a standard or an interpretation that specifically applies to a transaction, management shall consider the applicability of the conceptual framework in developing and applying accounting policy that results in the information that is relevant and reliable. Of course, ito yung answer natin, no? Kasi nga, this is applicable especially if you are doing a business, no? Ikaw ang management, so ikaw ang magde-decide kung kung ano yung ipapalo mo na standard. So conceptual framework is developed in applying accounting policy. Okay, para maging reliable and relevant ang information na gagamitin mo sa business mo. So the answer is dog. Okay? Ngayon, pagka nag-a-answer tayo ng multiple choice questions, ang kailangan nating gawin, simple lang. Okay? Kung ano yung pinakamalapit sa puso. Okay? Yan yung lagi kong sinasabi. When answering multiple choice questions, kung ano yung pinakamalapit sa puso, yun yung sagutin. Yun yung gawin mong sagot. Kasi sometimes, students, no, kung ano yung unang nakita, after that, hindi yun yung ipapalo. Okay? Mag-i-erase pa after that, no? So, ang suggestion ko kung ano yung sa tingin mo yun talaga yung naaalala mo and yun yung concept na you can remember from the discussion, then yun yung i-follow mo. Don't change your mind. Okay? Now, next. Conceptual framework is intended to establish. Ano ba ang ni-establish niya? Okay? So, ang sagot po dito is, eto hindi naman to. Kasi generally accepted, gaap. Lahat is related to gaap, yung A, B, and C. So, the objectives and concepts for use in developing standards of accounting and reporting. So, the answer is dog. Of course, kasi may objectives and concepts na kailangan i-apply. So, ang sagot natin dyan, letter dog. Number 4, conceptual framework should. Okay? Ano ba siya? Eliminate alternative accounting principles? Of course not. Define basic objective terms and concepts of accounting. Okay, nandiyan na yon. Yan na yung answer natin. Okay, letter boy. Guide pick pa? Okay. Yan ba yon? No, of course. Hindi naman talagang ginaguide mo lang yung pick pa for this, for conceptual framework. Lead to uniformity of financial statements. Hindi rin yan yun. Yung International Financial Reporting Standards ang nagdidictate for uniformity of financial statements. So the answer is both. Number 5. Okay, dito na tayo sa purpose of conceptual framework. Okay, first, to enable the accountancy profession to solve more quickly emerging practical problems. Could be, right? Provide a foundation from which to build more useful financial accounting standards. Yes. Okay, so ang answer natin dyan is C. Okay, both. Okay, just tandaan, so both, okay? Which is a basic purpose of the conceptual framework. Okay? Pagka basic purpose, okay, usually kasi pagka multiple choice questions, pag ganito yung mga tanong, ang ginagawa ng of course, kalimitan ng students, they will choose all of them. Okay? But in this case, yes, it is all of them. Kasi assist users of financial statement interpreting the information contained in the financial statements. Nag-a-assist din ng auditors in forming an opinion. Okay? And provide information those interested in the work of Financial Reporting Standard Council. So, ang sagot natin dyan is dog. Okay? So, yung tatlong na yan is basic purpose naman yan talaga ng conceptual framework. Okay. Number 7, which is a basic purpose of conceptual framework o inulit lang. Okay. So, ang sagot, all of this. Okay. Number 8, which of the following is not a purpose of conceptual framework? To provide definition of key terms, yes. Okay. Makikita mo sa conceptual framework, meron tayong mga key terms and fundamental concepts. Assist International Accounting Standards Board in the standard setting process. Yes, it could be. To assist accountants in selecting among alternative accounting and reporting methods. No. Wala naman tayong alternative accounting and reporting methods. Meron tayong standard na sinusunod. So, the answer here is C. Okay? Hindi yan yon. Hindi yan yung purpose. Okay? Provide specific guidelines for solving situations not covered. Yes, that is a purpose. So, this one, the answer is C. Number 9, which is not a basic purpose of the conceptual framework. Okay? Inulit lang ulit yung mga tanong kanina. Okay? So, paulit-ulit lang. So, assist preparers, assist Financial Reporting Standards Council in reviewing, adopting international standards. Eto, hindi siya nag-a-assist. Okay? Not. Hindi niya ina-assist ang Board of Accountancy in promulgating rules and regulations. Okay? Number 10, which of the following is not? Okay, makikita mo kalimitan sa multiple choice questions. Pagka tinanong, especially theories, kailangan mong ma-identify yung tinatanong is negative. Okay, which is not. Okay, so eto ulit yan. Same lang from other questions, no? Hindi kasama is eto. Kasi nga, di ba, hindi naman gumagamit ng other alternative or reporting methods. Usually, ang accounting standards, kaya nga standards yan, so same lang. Okay? Ang nagkakaroon lang ng difference is yung US GAAP versus IFRS. Merong mga few standards na magkakaiba. Okay? But not all. Okay? Primary focus. Okay? Pag sinabing primary focus of financial reporting, okay, meeting the needs of which of the following groups. Okay, yan is for existing potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. Okay, so dun sa mga joining us, okay, so shout out po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for watching, no? Itutuloy-tuloy ko to for the next days to do this multiple choice questions. No? Kasi I think makakatulong to kung paano tayo mag-answer ng theories and problems. Okay, so paki-share na lang din. Okay, okay lang din if you leave and then you come back. Kung alam mo na yung topic, so no worries, no problem. Okay, so primary users. Okay, pag sinabing primary users, sila talaga yung nangangailangan nito. Okay, ng financial information. Ito talaga yan, yung tatlo na to. Usually, okay, wait. Napapasama yung letter C yan. Okay, kasi etong existing and potential investors, lenders, and other creditors, they are the most, the primary users. Etong letter D, they are other users. Okay, employees, customers, governments, and their agencies, other users yan. But primary is existing and potential investors po. So, ang tamang sagot dyan is letter C. Okay? Letter C yan. Okay. Now, punta tayo sa number 13. Existing and potential investors. Okay? So, existing and potential investors, of course, sinabi na natin kanina, interested in the information yung mga yan. Okay, para ma-assess yung ability. Okay, kung potential investor ka, mag-i-invest ka sa isang company, you put your capital. So, naghihintay ka to receive something back or in return. And then that what you call dividends. Okay, so yes, need information to help them determine whether they should sell or buy. Okay, kung yan ay publicly listed companies, so you will decide if you want to sell your shares or buy it or buy more shares. Okay, so ang answer dyan is letter C, both. Okay, 14. Which of the following is an internal user of financial information? Okay, so alin dyan yung internal user? Nasa sa loob ng company, so that is board of directors. 15. These users are interested in information about profitability and stability of an entity to assess the ability of the entity to provide remuneration, retirement benefits, and employment opportunities. Of course, those are employees. Okay? These users are interested in information about continuance of an entity when they have a long-term involvement. Okay, pag sinabing long-term involvement or continuance of the business, yan ay customers. So letter A. 17. Users are interested in information in order to regulate the activities of an entity, determine taxation policies, and national statistics. Ano yan? So governments and their agencies. So the answer is letter C. Number 18, users need information on trends and recent developments and make substantial contribution to the local economy, providing employment and using local suppliers. Okay, so ano yan? Providing local economy and using local suppliers. Okay, recent developments. So that is the public. Okay? 'Di ba? Local economy. So, let me check. Okay, double check tama ba yung analysis ko. 18D. Okay, so the public. Correct. 19. Primary focus of financial reporting has been on meetings of, eto sinabi ko na, existing. So, primary focus meaning primary users. Okay, so nakita mo, primary focus, primary users, existing potential investors, lenders, and other creditors. Okay? Next, so nakikita mo kung paano ko mag-answer ng multiple choice questions. I-highlights mo yung questions and then from that, ma-identify mo from the choices kung ano yung magiging answer mo. Okay? Best describes financial position. Okay? Financial position, balance sheet ang pinag-uusapan dito. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yan yung, okay, andi dito ng answer, assets, liabilities, and equity. Yan yung ating accounting equation. Assets equals liabilities plus equity. Okay, so letter B. Which definition is correct relating to financial performance? Meaning dito papasok ang income or profit and loss. Okay, so alin daw ang correct? Okay. Now, gains are increases in equity from major operations. B, losses are all decreases in equity other than transactions with owners. Yes. Revenues are inflows of other enhancements of asset or settlements from major operations. Okay, so ito yung pinakamalapit actually. Inflows and enhancements of assets or settlements of liabilities from major operations. So letter C. Okay, 22. As part of the objective of financial reporting, the phrase assessing cash flow prospects. Okay, ano yung cash flow prospects? It could be the future. Okay, yun yung pinag-uusapan dito. Cash basis accounting ba is prepared over accrual? No, kasi accrual basis talaga ang application in any countries. Most of the countries follow the accrual basis of accounting. All of the choices ba? Hindi, kasi yung A is mali na. Usually, no, yung all of the choices nasa letter D. Ito nandito sa B. Okay, ito yung correct. I think this is the one. Over the long run, trends in revenue and expenses are generally more meaningful than trends in cash receipts and disbursements. So 22 is letter C. Okay, so if we will check the answer, 22, letter C. Correct, tama tayo. Then 23, which one of the following is not, again, negative, a major objective of financial reporting? Okay, paulit-ulit lang. No, ito yung kanina nating tiningnan na. Ito hindi siya kasama. Financial reporting shall provide information useful in evaluating management stewardship. No, not necessary. It's not a major objective. Okay? Pero ito, of course, major yan, useful in assessing cash flow prospects, and then useful in investment for the primary users. Ito is entity resources, asset, liabilities, and equity. Okay, so yan yung mga major objective. 24, which of the following statement is not, okay, on a negative na naman, normally an objective of financial reporting? Okay, same lang din. Hanapin natin yung not. Okay? So, ibig sabihin ba to provide information about entities liquidation value? Yan ba yon? Of course, it's not. Okay? Kasi ang ipinoprovide natin, useful in lending and investing decisions. Assets claims against those assets. Assessing entity sources and use of cash. Okay? So, letter A. 25. Which of the following is not? Okay, paulit-ulit lang. Pag ganyan paulit-ulit, alam na natin kung anong sagot. Not a specific objective. Kanina na-mention ito. Okay, yung stewardship of the management. Okay, so the answer is C. In Conceptual Framework for Financial Reporting, what provides the why? Why? Pag sinabing why, yan ay yung objective of financial reporting. Okay, so the objectives of financial reporting are based on the needs of the users of the information. Okay, the overall objective, ito naman is overall objective of financial reporting is to provide information, okay, useful for decision making. Okay, 29, let's see kung tama tayo. 28A, correct. Okay, useful for decision making. 29, which is an objective of financial reporting. Paulit-ulit lang, pero mahalaga is malaman mo kung bakit yun yung answer. Okay, provide information useful. Ito yun. Di ba, major is yung para sa primary users. So, making investing and credit decisions. 30, one element of the objective of financial reporting is to provide information about what? Will attract new investors, about the investors in the entity, useful in assessing cash flow prospects, information about the liquidation value of the resources held by the entity. Okay? Kasi 'di ba, ang element ng financial reporting, ang answer natin dito is letter, double check, letter C. Kasi ayun yung assessing cash flow prospects. Okay, so letter C. Yan yung diniscuss natin from the previous numbers. Okay, now, underlying assumptions. Dito napapasok yung mga materiality, cost-benefit, timeliness, consistency. Okay, assumptions. Okay, according to conceptual framework, usefulness of providing information in financial statement is subject to the constraint of cost-benefit. Okay, yan yon. What is the only underlying assumption mentioned? Okay, yung only underlying assumption mentioned in conceptual framework is going concern. Okay, pag sinabing going concern, ibig sabihin niyan kasi, yung company ba is magpapatuloy pa sa business, hindi kaya siya mabankrupt. Okay, wala bang magiging problema in the future o baka biglang scammer pa lang. Okay, nag-exist lang yung company for 3 months and then naglaho na. Okay, so that is going concern. The valuation of a promise to receive cash in the future. Okay, so ang concept pa rin nito is going concern. Okay? Kasi nga, iniisip mo, okay, nag-sale ka today, you make your sales, and then hindi on account, so makaka-receive ka ba ng cash in the future? So going concern yan. 34. Which of the following is an application of the principle of conservatism? Okay. Hanggang ngayon, di ba? Pagka yung mga magulang mo ayaw kang hayaang magpaligaw, okay? Pero above 18 years old ka na, so very conservative. So applicable din yan sa accounting. Okay, sa conceptual framework natin. So alin dyan ang conservatism? A liability is accrued for a guarantee of the indebtedness of others. Really? Even merong guarantee, hindi ka naman mag-a-accrual kagad niyan. Expected loss. Okay, merong expected loss on a long-term construction contract. Recognize full immediately. I think this is the one, letter B. Kasi expected mo na yung loss mo on long-term construction. So 34, correct, letter B. Okay? Now, 35, underlying theme of the conceptual framework is understandability, dog. I think it's dog, 35. Let's check. Actually, boy, sorry. Okay, 35, boy, decision usefulness. Okay, medyo nalito ako dito. Decision yung underlying theme. Okay, o nga, tama ba, letter boy? Kasi useful for decision making. So, decision usefulness. Ang nasa isip ko is the user should understand, no, and conceptual framework can help. But the underlying theme talaga is decision usefulness. Okay? Overriding criterion, okay, by which accounting information can be judged is that of, okay, can be judged. Okay, usefulness pa rin to. Usefulness for decision making can be judged is that of usefulness. Wait. Confused ako dito. Sinasabi dito is can be judged is that of freedom from bias. I think C or B yan. Okay, let's see. Okay. 36. Correct. B. B pa rin. Useful for decision making. Okay. So, freedom from bias kasi pala is objectivity. Okay. Next, 37. Conservative approach. Okay, conservative approach ulit tayo. In the measurement of financial position is best illustrated in which of the following? Recognition of fictitious liability. Hindi ka naman nagre-recognize ng fictitious liability. Intangible asset measured at nominal amount? No. Intangible, ito yan. Inventory is measured at cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. Letter C. Okay, so just to make sure na tama yung binibigay kong answer, 37C. Okay, so tama naman siya. It is the process. Again, I'm not perfect, kaya I put my keys ready. Okay, kasi minsan, syempre, di ba, nalilito ka rin sa pag-answer. So, in process of incorporating or reporting in the statement of financial position or statement of comprehensive income. Ito is recognition. Okay? Kasi incorporating and reporting. So, ang answer na dyan is recognition. Again, kung ano yung pinakamalapit sa puso, o try nga natin. Yun yung sagot ko, C. 38 is C. O, tama tayo. Okay, next. An item meets definition of an element shall be recognized when. O, ito na yung recognition na ginagamit natin lagi. Probable, okay, asset to, asset definition. Probable that future economics benefits associated with the item will flow to or from the entity, and the item is measured with reliability. So, meron kang number. Okay? You can measure it reliably. So, that is an element. So, ang answer dyan is both. When should an expenditure be recorded as an asset rather an expense? Okay, from the definition ng asset, no, sinabi doon merong future economic benefits. Okay, so kaya expenditure yan, usually kasi large value. Okay, and then pagka naman expense yan, ang benefits niyan nangyari na. Okay, so ang sagot dyan is when future benefits exist. Dog. So to make sure 40 is dog. Tama tayo. Okay, next, 41. An income is recognized when the future economic benefit can be measured reliably. The entity obtains kulang siya. The entity obtains control of the future economic benefit. Possible? No. The word is probable, di ba? Future economic benefit will flow to the entity and can be measured reliably. So letter D. Okay? Accounting principle of matching is best demonstrated by, okay, associating effort with accomplishment. Yes. Okay, actually ito yun. Letter A. Okay, check natin. 42. Pag hindi ako masyadong tama, A. Pag I'm not 100% sure, meron tayong key dyan. Okay? Now, which of the following measurement basis, okay, is currently used in financial statements? So, lahat naman to. Okay, letter D. Okay, settlement value, fair value, present value. Okay, yan yung ating measurement basis. Makikita mo lagi yan na may mention. Okay, recognition of an allowance for doubtful accounts is an application of matching principle. Minamatch mo kagad kung ano yung possibility na hindi mo na makukolekta. Okay? Which of the following principles best describes conceptual rationale for the method of matching depreciation with revenue? Okay, ito is immediate recognition. Okay? Yan yun. I-recognize mo na kagad. Okay? 46. Which of the following is an application of systematic and rational allocation principle? Okay? Systematic and rational allocation. Okay? Yan ba yung amortization or doubtful accounts? I think either amortization or doubtful accounts lang yan. Pero systematic and rational, so I'll go for doubtful accounts. Let's see. Patay. 46A. Amortization. Sorry, mali ako. Amortization siya. Bakit hindi doubtful accounts? Kasi based on estimate usually. Ang amortization, okay, sige. Pagbigyan natin siya, more systematic yung amortization ng intangible asset kasi merong method, meron din namang method ang doubtful accounts. Medyo nalito ako, but the answer here is amortization. Okay, so letter A. An expense is recognized when an expenditure produces no future economic benefits. Yes, that's true. When cost incurred ceases to qualify recognition. Okay, both. Okay, so either I or 2 yan. C. Okay, 47. Let's check C. Correct tayo. Okay, nagkakamali pa rin pala ako. Okay, the write-off of a worthless, of course, nobody is perfect. Write-off of a worthless patent is an example of which of the following principles? Okay, ito is immediate recognition. Okay, kasi you recognize already. Okay, yan yung analysis ko dyan. Okay, B. Okay, so tama tayo. Next, 49. Which category of expenses is subject to immediate recognition in the income statement? Immediate recognition. Of course, ito yan, kagat. Salary of, okay, bakit bumabalik? Okay, salary of the president. Pero tingnan mo to, i-compare natin siya dito sa salary of the production foreman. Okay, kasi ito is nasa inventory. 'Di ba? Ito is sa income statement, salaries and wages. Okay, so letter A. Okay, 50. Some costs cannot be directly related to particular revenue. Okay, but are incurred to obtain benefits. Hindi natin alam kung nasa saan siya. So, ang sagot dyan is sales salaries. Okay, letter D. Okay, letter D yan. Okay, hindi to. Okay, next. One of the basic features of financial accounting, okay, direct measurement of economic resources and obligations, changes them in terms of money. Wala namang sociological or psychological impact yan. Okay, so allowance for doubtful accounts, which appears as a deduction from accounts receivable, is an application of matching principle. Okay, alam naman natin yan. Allowance for doubtful accounts sa contra account. Measurement basis under use in financial accounting include, okay, actually lahat naman to ginagamit. Historical cost, current cost, realizable value, and present value. May encounter mo yan sa financial accounting. Okay, just to make sure, let's go for 53, letter dog. Okay, so tama. Okay, 54. Historical cost is, okay, ito yung amount na binayaran mo from the very beginning nung binili mo siya. So, I think letter A is already the main answer here. Okay, amount of cash paid or fair value of the consideration given at the time of acquisition. Okay, at the time of acquisition, ang binabayaran mo is historical cost. Okay, very basic, common sense lang. Proponents of historical costs maintain that in comparison with all other valuation, alternative for general purpose financial reporting statements prepared use historical costs are more objective. Okay, pero hindi siya relevant. Okay, hindi rin conservative. Okay, so letter A. 56. Amount of cash and cash equivalent that would have to be paid. Okay, if the same or an equivalent asset was acquired currently. Okay, kung currently yan, realizable value yan. Okay, okay, medyo nalilito ako. Current cost or realizable value. But since there is a cash involved, realizable value yan. Letter D. Let's check. 56. Current cost pala. A. I think realizable value is they use or an equivalent asset inventory. Ganun din yun eh. Okay, I stand corrected. It's current cost. Okay, ibig sabihin, if you paid it on the spot now, what will be the amount? Okay, so ang tamang sagot is current cost, not realizable value. Pag inventory pala, yun yung net realizable value. Lower of cost or net realizable value. But in this case, sabi dito, would have to be paid if the same or equivalent asset was acquired currently. So, nandun na nga yung word currently. Okay, nalito pa ako. That is current cost. Okay. 57. Okay, 57. Asset measurements in financial statements do not reflect output value confined to historical cost, reflect several financial attributes. Ito yung kasi iba't ibang cost yung mag-a-appear sa financial statements mo. Pwedeng net present value, realizable value. So, ang answer dapat dyan, C. So, let's check no, kung tama ang analysis natin. 57C. Tama. Okay. 58. When discussing asset valuation, valuation basis such as replacement cost, exit value, discounted value are mentioned. Which of these base should be considered a current value measure? Ano raw? All of them. Diba? Lahat yan. Replacement cost, exit value, and discounted cash flow. So letter dog. Let's double check. Correct. Okay, 59. So 100 items to mga kapatid. Okay, masipag tayo today to answer it. I will answer 100 multiple choice questions every time na mag-FB live ako. Okay, starting from today. Fundamental qualitative characteristic. Okay, ano ba yung fundamental qualitative characteristics ng conceptual framework natin? Okay, so ang answer dito is, if I'm not mistaken, eto yan, relevance and faithful presentation. Letter C. Okay, let's check. 49. Ha! A? No, sorry. 59. 59 si ang sagot ko. Correct. Tama pala. Sorry naman. Mali lang ako ng tingin. 59C, relevance and faithful presentation. Yun yung fundamental qualitative characteristics. Meron kasing tinatawag na enhancing qualitative characteristics. Okay, so iba yon. Okay? So, now, which of the following terms best describes informations that influence? Okay, pag nag-i-influence yung possible decision ng users, ang sagot dyan, ang meaning niyan, relevant. Okay, relevant ba yung information para magbago yung decision ng isang user? Okay? Accounting information is considered relevant when, okay, making a difference in decision. Kung ikaw ay meron ng management advisory services, okay, na subject, meron topic about relevant cash flows, 'di ba? And yun lang yung mga relevant cost yung isinasama mo. So ganun din. Kung ano yung relevant, ibig sabihin it can make a difference in your decision. So letter boy. Okay, according to conceptual framework, predictive value and confirmatory value are ingredients of, this is ingredients of people representation. Okay, ingredients of, wait, people representation, no, wrong. Predictive value and confirmatory value is relevance. Sorry naman. Letter C yan. Okay? Letter C. Okay? Letter C. Relevance. Sorry. Okay? Ito yan is C. Erase natin. C. Okay. Ito yan. Relevance. Okay? Ingredients of relevant financial information, predictive and confirmatory value. Okay? So letter A. 64, quality of information that gives assurance, reasonably free from error and bias. Okay, pag sinabing free from error and bias, so that is neutrality. Okay, which of the following is not a characteristic of faithful representation? Hindi raw yun yung characteristic ng faithful representation. Okay, so of course, this is A kasi ito is relevance. Diba? Ito is bounds with materiality and cost, free from bias, and process used to produce report must be free from error. So, yun yung ating free from bias and bounds of materiality. Okay, ang tanong not. Okay, which of the following situation violates the concept of faithful representation? Alin dyan? Okay, financial statement were issued 9 months late. Ito is timeliness ang binayolate niya. Okay, hindi yun. Data on segments having the same expected risk and growth risk, estimating future profits. Hindi rin yan. Management reports to shareholders regularly refer to new projects undertaken, but the financial statements never report project results. Financial statements included an item of property, plant, and equipment with carrying amount increase to management estimate of market value. Ito yun. Okay, hindi nagkaroon ng free from bias dahil sa management estimate in-increase niya yung item na property, plant, and equipment. So that is the violation. Letter D. Ingredient of fundamental qualitative characteristic of faithful representation. Nako. Ingredient naman ng faithful representation, that is neutrality and verifiability to. Actually. Okay, neutrality. Okay, kasi minsan I'm confused. Okay, naku-confuse tayo. So, sobrang dami natin pinag-aaralan. Okay, which of the following? Okay, moving on. Neutrality yon. Okay. Moving on. Which of the following qualitative characteristics of financial information requires that an information shall not be biased? Okay, so alam na natin yan. So neutrality din. Okay, not bias. Okay, under conceptual framework, neutrality is an ingredient of, okay, so binanggit na doon, di ba? Faithful representation. Okay, so B. Okay, 70. To be most useful, the financial information shall be compared with similar information of previous periods. Alam natin yan. That means comparability. Okay, napansin mo kung paano tayo mag-answer ng multiple choice questions theory? May word na, okay, let me try to draw. May word dito na compared. Okay, and then here is comparability. Okay, so ganyan mag-answer ng theory, okay? So madali lang. Kung ano yung malapit sa puso, kung ano yung keyword na nandiyan dyan, yun yung i-follow mo. Okay, an important implication of this qualitative characteristic, users are informed of accounting policies, changes in those policies, and effects of such changes. Dito is, kanyan, informed, ibig sabihin, I think, this is consistency. Okay, let's double check. 71A, comparability pa rin. Okay. Ang consistency pala, yung previous periods, apply mo rin these periods kung ano yung method, that is consistency. Pero yung i-compare mo yung policies from last year to this year and ano yung changes, ang tawag doon, comparability. Okay, so tama. The key is correct, comparability. Okay, so what is meant by comparability? Discussing financial accounting information, which is, eto yon, measured and reported in similar fashion. Okay, ito yung sinasabi. Pwede mo i-compare from other entities. Okay, or in the same industry, company in the same industry. So, comparability. Which of the following relates to both relevance and faithful presentation? Okay, I think the answer here relates to both. Okay, sa dalawa. Okay, verifiability. Okay, let's see. 73. Ha! Mali ako. Okay, sorry naman. Kagaya na sabi ko, nagre-review tayo. Consistency. Okay, consistency. Bakit consistency? Kasi for both, ang tanong is both relevance and faithful representation. Ang niisip ko kasi, hindi ba pwedeng verifiability yun? Pwede mong i-verify yung relevance ng information na yun and then kung i-verify mo din kung tama ba yung judgment na ginawa mo. Anyways, pero I think sa theory is the answer here is consistency. Kasi pareho dapat consistent. Okay, so ang tanong relates to both, kaya ang sagot natin dyan A. Okay? Tao lang po. Okay. When an entity applies, okay, kagaya nga ng sabi ko, I'm doing my review as well. Okay? So, dito tayo sa sunod. Same accounting treatment to similar events from period to period, exhibiting which of the following qualities. Okay? From period to period, okay, alin yon? Actually, period to period, consistency to. Okay? So, A, kanina pa akong consistency ng consistency ha. Hindi yun yung nagiging sagot. O, ayan na. Binigay na niya sa akin yung sagot ng consistency. Okay. Consistency standard requires that. Okay. Ang sagot dito, okay, from year to year, consistent. I think this one. Expenses should be reported as charged against the period when incurred. Letter B. 75. B ang sagot ko. Ang sagot niya is C. Why? O, mali tayo, mga kapatid. Ako lang pala ang mali. Baka kayo tama, okay? So, ang sagot dito is, okay, consistency. So, the effect of changes, okay, should be disclosed. Should be, mali siya. Property. Dapat yan ay properly. Okay. Should be properly disclosed. Okay. Ang gumawa kasi nito is one of my friend din na magaling din na reviewer. Okay? So, the answer is letter C. So, tama yung mga sure, 100% tama yung answer kanya. Pero minsan, typographical error siya. Okay, the ability through consensus, number 76 na tayo. So 24 items na lang. Ability through consensus among measurers to ensure that information represents what it purports to represent. It's an example of, okay, verifiability to. Okay, kasi dapat ma-verify yung information. Okay, hope tama tayo. 76, dog. Correct. Okay, bumalik na ulit tayo sa dati. Characteristics is demonstrated when a high degree of consensus can be secured using the same measurement method. Okay, use independent measurers using the same measurement method. This is understandability na to. 77, dog. Verifiability pa rin pala. Sorry. Okay, kasi same measurement, kailangan parehong method. Okay, so mabe-verify mo kung pareho lang naman ang lalabas na answer. Which concept of accounting holds to maximum extent possible shall be based on arm's length transaction. Arm's length transaction. Lumabas na yung arm's length transaction dito. So, ibig sabihin, on arm's length transaction, okay, verifiability to, actually. Okay, which concept? Financial statement shall be based on arm's length transaction. No, it is monetary unit. Okay, letter boy yan. 78. Bakit ganon? Okay, na-verify pag sinabi pa lang monetary unit, numbers or the amount of transactions. Pero ang question kasi is shall be based, kailangan verifiable siya. Okay, so binago ko pa. Okay, kaya ng sabi ko, kaya dapat ko ano yung first answer, yun na dapat. So ang answer is verifiability. Okay, arm's length transactions, of course, ilalagay mo kasi sa financial statements, monetary unit. Pero yung transactions na nangyari for two parties should be verifiable. Kaya ang tawag yan, arm's length transaction. So it's a correct, dog. Okay, next, an entity issuing the financial reports within 1 month after the end of reporting period is an example of enhancing quality. Okay, 1 month after, so that is timeliness. Okay, tama na ako dyan. Okay, 80, allowing entities to estimate rather than physically count. Okay, at interim periods is an example of a trade-off between, okay, timeliness yan, and pwede yung comparability or verifiability. Okay? Sige. Kayo, anong answer nyo? Ang answer ko is, okay, dapat tama. Sabi dyan, okay, nag-interim period siya. So, timeliness yan. Trade-off between timeliness and, I think, verifiability. Okay, C. Correct! Yes. Okay, tama tayo mga kapatid. Next, 81. For information to be useful, linkage between users and decisions made. Okay. Users and decisions made is understandability. Okay, let's see. 81. Correct. Tama na tayo. Bumalik na ulit ang brains ni Sir. Enhancing qualities include all of the following except. Ito na, enhancing qualities na to, di ba? Comparability, understandability, verifiability. Neutrality ay hindi. Okay? Kasi yan is hindi kasama dyan. Okay? Let us double check. Okay? 82B. Correct. Tama na tayo ng tama. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Negative ulit. Enhancing qualitative characteristics. Verifiable information implies consensus. Okay? Pwede. Financial information shall be made available to users in time to influence their decisions. Correct. Tama naman siya. Dapat ganon. Relevance to. Must exclude complex matter. Ito, wrong. Kahit yan ay, kaya hindi dapat complex matters, hindi mo i-exclude to achieve understandability. Paano kung importante yung information? So, ang answer dyan, C. 83, C. Tama tayo. Okay. Elements of financial statements. Ito, elements na. financial effects of transactions and other events by grouping them into broad classes according to their economic characteristics. Okay, so these broad classes are termed as elements of financial statements. Boy, 84, correct. Okay, tama na tayo ng tama. Elements of financial position describe amounts of resources and claims against resources when yan ay during period of time and at a moment in time. Okay, kailangan mo i-describe yan during a period of time, in a set of time, and then at a moment in time. Okay, let's see. C. Number 85. C. Oh, correct. Next, 86. Essential characteristic of an asset include all of the following except. Okay, bakit dito tangible? Meron namang intangible. So, alam na natin ang sagot. Letter A. Ito provides future economic benefits, correct? Measured reliably, past transaction or event. So, tama tayo dyan. Huwag na natin i-verify. Which of the following statement is not true? Alin daw ang hindi totoo? Probable future economic events, benefits, correct, include costs that have not yet been matched with revenue, could be, is not true. Asset obtained or controlled as a result of past or probable future event. Tama pa rin. Asset reported in the statement of financial position include current and non-current assets. Ang mali dito is etong B. Okay? Not yet been matched. Include costs that have not yet been matched with revenue. Let's see. 87. C. Oh, mali ako. Obtained. An asset is obtained or controlled as a result. Okay? Obtained and controlled. Possible, correct. Letters ito. Kasi ang possibility, hindi naman na nasa sayo na yung nakokontrol mo na yung asset na yun. Pero pwedeng ikaw pa rin yung nagmamay-ari doon. So, ito is tama to, wrong to. Okay, itong C. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, 88. It is a present obligation. Alam na natin yan, liability yan. Okay. Liability. Okay, nag-i-enjoy din ako. Maganda tong review na to ha. Which of the following best describes the term liability? Okay, so of course, this is it present obligation? Okay, arising from past event. Kulang. Excess of equity over current assets. Kulang din. Resources to meet financial commitments. Kulang. Residual interest in the assets after deducting all liabilities. After deducting all the liabilities, that is equity. So, kahit kulang, okay. Alin ang tamang sagot? Excess of equity over current assets. So, actually, current assets less equity, that is liabilities. Okay? Pwedeng ganon. Pero, okay. Ito yan, present obligation arising from past event. Okay, mas tama to. Kaso kulang siya eh. Pero yun yung sagot ko. B. Pwede rin kasi yung 89. B. O, yan yun. Okay. Ito, residual interest equity kasi yan. 90. For a liability to exist. Okay. Exact must be known. Exact ba? There must be a past transaction. There must be an obligation. Bakit ganyan? Kasi inisa-isa niya. Okay. Pag samasamahin mo, the identity of the party whom the owed must be known. Hindi naman. So, eto siya. Yung pinaka tama. Okay? C. 90. Ha! B. B. Actually, dito ako medyo nalito. Eto. There is an obligation to pay cash. Okay? Kung meron kang obligation to pay cash, pwede yung sa suppliers mo, di ba? Pero, kung liability, paano kung nag-render ng service? Hindi ka nagbayad agad. Oo, tama. So, mali ako dito. Ang tamang sagot dyan is letter B. Okay. Laging nag-exist kasi laging merong past transaction para magka-liability ka. So, ang tamang sagot, boy. Okay. Si Sir nalito. Okay. Kasi ang gusto ko, yun, di ba, arise from past transaction or event to settle with cash in the future. Yung gusto ko kasi. Okay, pero to exist, laging merong past transaction. Okay, kumbaga hindi siya pwedeng mawala yung word na yun. Pag ganito yung mga tanong, ano yung pwedeng, yung hindi dapat mawala. Okay, so laging may past transaction para mag-exist ang liability. So letter boy. Which is not within the definition of a liability. Alin daw ang hindi dyan kasama? Ito yun. 3-year employment. Kitang-kita kagad. Okay? Yan yung fixed annual salary. Meron ka ba agad liability? Okay, nag-sign ka pa lang ng contract? Of course not. Okay? Residual interest in the assets of entity. Ito yung sinabi na natin yan. That is equity. Okay? Patapos na. Increase in economic benefit during accounting period related to an increase in asset or decrease in liability other than contribution from owners. This is, okay, increase in economic benefit during an accounting period. Nag-increase ang asset, nag-decrease ang liability, results in increase in equity, income yan. Okay? So, the answer is C. Okay? Ito yan. Okay, next. Under conceptual framework, the term income is the same as comprehensive income. No. Includes foreign currency. Okay, no, comprehensive income yan. Includes change in fair value at fair value through other comprehensive income. This is trading securities. Includes gain resulting from sale of an asset to another party in an arm's length transaction. Inventory to. Possible na inventory. Letter D. 94. Correct. D. Tama tayo. 95. Arises in the course of ordinary regular activities. Variety of different names. Sales, fees, interest. Okay, alam natin yan. Revenue. Dog. 96. Which of the following statements relation to expense is incorrect? Synonymous with expenditure. Alam na agad natin yan. Ito is wrong. Entities do not incur expenses per se, but they initially acquire asset. That's wrong din, di ba? Sabi dito, ang term expenses incorrect. So, A na kaagad, I think. Okay? Synonymous with expenditure. Layman's term, pwedeng tumama siya. Pero kasi pag expenditure, may future economic benefit. So, answer ko dyan A. Ayaw ko nang basahin yung iba. Okay, tama ako. 96A. Pag expenditure, may future economic benefits, kinakapitalize. Okay, so letter A. A decrease in asset arising from peripheral or incidental transactions is called. Incidental transactions, decrease in asset, incidental transactions is called incidental. Ang sagot dito is decrease in asset from peripheral incidental transactions, loss. Loss yan. Okay, so let's check kung tama ba. Wait. Loss ang sagot ko dito. Ito yan. Dog, 97, dog, correct. 98, which of the following statements is true concerning the concepts of capital? Okay, under financial capital concept, property is earned only if monetary amount of net assets at the end of the period exceeds the monetary assets at the beginning of the period. This is correct. Physical concept, capital concept, a profit is earned only if a productive capacity. So both. Letter C. Financial capital concept requires that net assets shall be measured at financial capital. Sinabi na dito at the current costo or pwede rin ito. So it's either A or C. Okay, so I need to choose. I think the answer is let's see na lang. Baka mapahiya ako. Letter B pala. O, sinabi na. Hindi ko sure. Historical cost. Okay. Sige, bakit historical cost? Actually, mali ako. Binasa ko na nga siya dito eh. Kasi sinabi na dito, net assets of the period exceeds the monetary assets net beginning of the period. So, meaning at the beginning. Okay, so historical cost siya. So, boy. Which capital maintenance concepts have applied respectively? Ang sagot dito is respectively. Okay? Financial capital and physical capital to. I think, let's see, 100. A! Ha! Mali tayo. Mali ako. Okay, bakit ganon? Okay, comprehensive income and net income, pareho lang yan. Okay, so nilito niya lang ako. Okay, okay. So, net income and comprehensive income will refer to financial capital and financial capital both sa capital maintenance concept. Okay, wala pala dito yan. Hindi binasa. Okay, anyways, that is letter A. Okay, natapos natin 100 multiple choice questions. Okay, nakakapagod din, no? Pero I like it kasi I was able to review and kumbaga natututo ako. Alam mo yung parang pakiramdam ko, medyo lito pa rin ako. Okay. Ang hirap balikan ng basic, di ba? Kasi very important balikan po natin yung basic. Yun yung conceptual framework. Okay, so punta tayo sa basic para pag nag-a-answer tayo ng mga multiple choice questions na problems, madali na natin siyang i-apply.